Welcome back to Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, where we are in the northern part of the Lycanthrope Island, as I would call it now. We got the Siren Queen defeated last time. Let's look for the other stuff that we can find on this map. Wolves. You go back to that. Imagine that with level 1 characters, we would be so dead. I remember that 2 wolves in the first map that just crushed me. In the first map outside of Candlekeep. Okay, let's go further along the southern edge of the map. Okay, there's nothing here. Don't spawn in new wolves at the random spawn point. It does. But only one this time. Got a weird thing here. Let's check from coast to coast.
Hello.
Yeah, of course, Palin. Good day to you, strangers. Excuse me my abruptness, but would I ask your citizen just east of this place? There are monsters. They are attacking a small group of people. Please, if you have hearts, come and help me fight. Lead the way, let us show these beasts the face of fear. This way, this way. Here we are. I see no battle. State your purpose. This is battle. Brothers join the slaughter. Okay. I assume they're more dangerous, the werewolves. Wolf were instead of werewolf. Interesting.
I feel so cold.
What did happen to you? Kill these. Take it by. You are staying at that. You look halfway alright. Killed one of them.
I can really use Tensor's floating bandage over here.
Whoa. Magic. You don't have magic left, okay? Magic. And you had a spellcast failure. Oh my god. I think I'll have to reload that. And focus fire more.
Hello.
Okay, now monster summoning. Monster summoning. You two go for Palin. And you two too. And the ogre is almost dead again, okay. I know, you're going for Palin, yeah, that's right. Oh, they have magic resistance, okay. So use fire instead. You'll go away. What was that? She's doing weird stuff. Wild color changes, great. That really helps. You do something else, you do one more monster summoning. You concentrate on one of them. Hey!
It's only a flesh wound.
You're supposed to go away. You can turn on that one already. No, you go some... No. What were you doing? Ah, you wanted to do that, okay. You concentrate on one of them, please, yeah. You're already doing that. Oh, you're out of spells already. Then the acid arrow. And the fire thing. You two are still going for that one.
Getting weaker. I'll need a healer as soon as possible.
That doesn't help at all. I think they're doing damage faster than that. Weapon ineffective. Oh, weapon ineffective? That doesn't sound good. Okay, so... What are you doing now? Okay, you have done something. Let's go for that.
I'm getting weaker. I'll need a healer as soon as possible.
Just kill that thing, please. Just kill it. Please, just kill it. Yeah, okay. All of you. Take that on. Wait, you do... ranged. And we killed them. Wow, that was a dangerous fight. Let's see what the one human guy dropped. Farthing Stolly. Okay, so worth it in the end. These go to her. A dolly owned by a girl named Farthing. You are allowed to play with it if you wish. Go to one place. Rest. Save again. Use one medium heal on him. Yeah, you can use another medium heal on him. All of us are healed, all our spells are restored except for the one medium thing. This was always friendly. Farthing is over here. That was a dangerous fight, and I'm not even sure if that were the easier or harder kind of werewolves. We were told about two different fur kinds, and I didn't pay attention on how the fur looked on that one. Thanks for my dolly, I'm so happy you brought it back. I just want to hug you and pet you and stuff. Bye bye. You brought back my dolly, thanks. Okay. Wow, that was a dangerous fight, man. If that says to me what we can expect from the end fight of this isle, well, a bit afraid. Gorion, you can change. Okay. Now up.
Salutations.
Oh, please help me, they kill poor Jondal. Who killed Jondal? The wolfmen, they attack us as we search for roots in the forest. Please avenge my Jondal, he was so young. And vengeance you shall get, my lady, lead on. They are this way, please kill them, I'm so frightened. Journal, I've brought you a feast. So 2 werewolves again. Going for fire. You can already take off. Use that. I think they will kill him. Let's try fencing off this one by ourselves. Now Joe has to take... that's not Joe. Please leave me alone. You all kill them, you all run away. Okay. Joe, magic. Nira. Fire. You, bow. It's no use. There's no use in using bow. You can just stand around. You can join the fight. It's good that we all have magical weapons, because they said we needed them for this fight. Let's see, it's just a dagger, or there's something special? Just a dagger. Great! We don't even get loot from that. It was the second time we quote-unquote fell for that, but... Did you see that? That night ambush of 6 werewolves? Where 2 of them are already really scary? Okay, this is one ship. I think that's the ship they're building. Dradir.
I'm not wasting any more time talking to figments.
Can it be after so long by Saloon's blade I'm saved? Dradir? He was one of Baldur's crew. Can it be if so long by Saloon's blade I'm saved? Saved. Do you need assistance, sir? Assistance? I need to get off this cursed island. May I ask who you are? Forgive me, I have not had guests for several centuries. I am Jadil, mage and recent convert to the Church of Saloon. I was guide for Baldur's brave adventures to Anchorome and beyond. That was long ago. I have lived here for countless years alone, except for the occasional skirmishes with the deceased ones. They haven't attacked for some time. They fear me, it seems, but the younger ones refuse to learn the lesson of their fathers. Periodically, I believe it to be every generation or so, they will attack and learn the lessons that those who came before have already learned. I no longer have a taste for battle, but they are abominations not fit for this world. I suspect that they can even be they can even be cured of the condition. I write my theories in the diary that I keep. It seems to help me remain balanced amongst the sorrows. Do you mean to say that you sailed with Baldur? My employer would be very interested to meet you. He would like to know what happened. We sailed to far Anchorome, 200 strong. We returned with half our brethren dead of the Golden Land's shores, but Baldur was ever the successful adventures. He wrested a king's ransom in treasure from the cursed lord of Anchorome before we were forced back to the ship and expelled from their shores. The cursed lord's power haunts me still. Those monstrosities out there, the product of our travails in Anchorome. It was a bitter wind that carried us homeward, and we reveled not in our newfound wealth. We came upon this island quite by accident, stopped to renew our dwindling supply of fresh water. I led the landing party while Baldur set the remaining crew to repairing the sails and fishing for fresh food. My party was hardly out of earshot of the ship when the curse struck. The blood still stains my robes. Out with it, man, what happened? They changed, of course, it was so sudden. We were speaking about what we intended to do when we arrived home. Galen died first, his throat torn open by one of the changed men. I couldn't tell who killed him, of course, since they were unrecognizable in their changed forms. I reached for the wand that I carried in my robes, but the abomination moved too quickly. Of the 10 sailors in my party, 7 were lycanthropes. We had no chance. 2 of them leaped at me, even while the others feasted on the bodies of my other sailors. I cast lightning with my wand and killed one of the shapeshifters. The other wolf hit me with great force. I was thrown back against a tree and knew no more. I woke in the dark several hours later. At first I believed I was dead, but when I tried to rise, the pain in my head had dispelled that myth. There was blood everywhere, so much blood the body of the lycanthrope I had killed lay several feet away, draped over Galen's ravaged corpse. I wretched at the sight of my friend so cruelly killed. I cast one of the few spells I had, with invisibility, wagering that if a lycanthrope caught scent of me, they would believe that they were smelling nothing but more than a corpse. I crawled painfully back to the beach. The ship was half sunk in the surf, a huge hole in her side, as if a giant had punched through her in a rage. There was a smoldering fire on the deck, and in that sickly light I could see the bodies of the ship's crew, gutted and hung in the rigging like so much meat. Sickened and in despair, I crawled back into the woods. Dawn arrived, and I came upon the ancient village. This hut was sunk in the sandy soil, and I crawled inside to hide and barred the way behind me with my final spell. After a short and fretful sleep, I managed to find where the hut had broken through into this cave. To this point, I have survived on this freshwater stream and a peculiar sightless fish that lives in the calm pools below. In these 300 years, I have found some favor with Selûne. She has granted me a few spells and wards to better protect my precarious home. I haven't left these caves for many years, as I haven't the power to defend myself for long. Perhaps you could remedy that. I would be glad to help. Truly I am in your debt. The lycanthrope's lair is in Balduran's ship. My spellbook lies within. With it, I am a powerful mage. Without it, I am a pauper that stands before you. These few wards I cast are gifts of pity from Selûne. I have turned to the goddess in my fear and solitude. Perhaps my lengthy imprisonment is but a penance so that I might become worthy of the goddess I digress. With my spellbook retrieved, I may be able to discover a way off the island. If you go to destroy the lycanthrope's lair, I would ask that you find my book. Where might this book be found in the ship? My spellbook is in a chest in my cabin. The cabin is next to Balduran's on the level just below the decks. Please hurry back with it. This amulet is all that I can offer for you as protection against the lycanthropes. Should you need to rest, I hope that my humble abode will serve you well. Wolfsbane's Charm. The deal says that Balduran's crew stopped at an ancient hut ever since. Spellbook? Ah, that's it. Okay. That are the seed shards. That. Wolfsbane Charm. Accuracy and damage versus lycanthropes. It's that slot. Okay, let's give it to Khalid. Who has a thing that I'll never use. 66 fire. Whoa. That's great. Let's speak to you again. Find my spellbook. Okay. Locked. Good. More belladonna flowers. You will take them. That's a holy cloak, a holy artifact of the inhabitants of the island village, an item with more symbolic value than actual enchantments, as it is a remnant from when they first arrived on the island. Oh, I'm definitely taking that and that. And this is a stationary +2. Quarterstaff. Okay, it's a +2 Staff. This weapon appears to be a normal large walking staff, but has a faint aura of alteration magic. Uttering the command word causes staff to assume the attributes of a mace, allowing it to be wielded with one hand. This was likely designed for clerics or druids, though that does not preclude use by most others. Okay, it's a quarterstaff that I can... shift into a mace. No, I can't. Okay. It just says that. Okay. I have quarterstaff now. The recipes and rumination of one degree from Tethia. Okay. Let's read that. A lovely bun cake frightens anyone's day. The recipes here are mine own imagining, and thus ingredients are subject to change as per my whim. Belladonna bun cake, a simple dish for a rainy afternoon. Corn flour, the eggs of a seabird, the spoon of whitecap fungus, the fruit of your choice for sweetening, one small measure of the belladonna root. Prepare as one would a bread loaf, though less time given to the rising. Bake in a well-stoked hearth under the leaves for one turn on the hourglass. Refrain from eating this ever again, exceptionally poisonous. Remember the unfortunate week on the kitchen floor. Vegetable surprise. A dish that turned out surprisingly edible, not recommended as the primary meal every day for 300 years. Some disorientation may result. Virgin Netherese olive oil. Chopped onion. In a large pot. Salt onions in oil over medium fire until onions begin to come clear. Chopped carrots and chopped stalks of celery. Salt for an additional 3 minutes. Add 1.5 quarts of water and bring to a boil. Add 2 diced and peeled potatoes, 1 cup of white wine. I find that Mithorinian vintage is perfect. 1 bay leaf, 2 diced tomatoes, and chopped parsley to taste. Cook covered over medium smallish fire until vegetables are almost tender. Add 2 cups of chopped spinach and cook for an additional 50 minutes. Serve hot and garnish with grated cheese. For orcish versions, replace all ingredients with turnips. Curative ingredients for the dispelling of lycanthropy. My mother's family recipe. Mother's topical self is a rather large failure. Research further with the following in mind. The creatures on this isle are unusual beyond their splitting into 2 factions. Theirs is an odd curse, one that defies the traditional remedies, such as the unfortunately dangerous muffins previous. The one is not without hope. The exotic origin of the original stock suggests a unique enchantment, not unlike that of more widely known vampiric afflictions. The casual bite might be averted using such things as the belladonna flower, but an intentional infection could actually require the extermination of the leader of the clan. This is merely conjecture, of course, as I have been unable to examine said leader. Despite my strange immunity, his is a strength that could still inflict a measure of serious damage upon mere physical form. He and I have spoken on occasion, though his tolerance of me is no more resilient than mine is of him. Future offerings of peace to either of the Wolven clans should not take the form of muffins of any sort. The bachelor's crutch. Noodles of quality and convenience. A measure of noodles, boiling water container. Combine ingredients in container. Enjoy? Yes, enjoy. Should probably be supplemented with something of nutritional value lest my bones become brittle as chalk. Perhaps the container? Okay. That's an interesting cooking book. Let's go out and bring that cloak back. If I hadn't lockpicked that chest, that cloak would have stayed there. Interesting. That's a new one, I think. Where I had to steal for a side quest that isn't a thief's... isn't framed as a thief quest right from the beginning. Here's a place where wolves can spawn. They didn't.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I have the cloak you asked for. Ah, you've returned and look hopeful. I trust in you. Have you the cloak as I asked. I do, Delaney. It is frail and old, but seems none the worse for wear. I'm grateful beyond measuring, but I said as well that I have nothing to give. Perhaps there's something else you wish that I can help. A tale or two, perhaps? Or just pleasant chatter for a time? Tell me of yourself. Myself, I'm flattered, but there's little to say. My great-great-grandmother came to the shore on the ship home, but lived not long. I was born not a leap to the south of here, long after the beasts were cast out, and here I live. We kept the stories, but I say that they were tainted by bad memory and superstition. We are all pups in the larger side. Our people are young. Young, but not without that charm, you're just as you are. What are of your role? Are you valued here? Have you thought of leaving? Leave? I've not thought of it. We see so few others that it does not concern. I don't know. My sincere apologies, milady. I meant no disrespect. Please speak of your people. What of them would you hear? We came to this place long ago on a ship home from farther west than the light sets. The explorer chartered with us, and we set to the seas. The elders speak of the great storm, though some say the storm came from within. We that belong were to be cast aside, and fought the explorers we did. Much was lost, and the island won. We live alone and are plagued by the beasts, but slaves to none, and live as free. What do you mean when you say you belong? We belong. There's little more to it. If you were to stay, you would have to belong as well. We are people that live here as one. You are an outsider, as are the beasts. They are more obvious, but I think you are alike in some ways. We have Emerville among our number alike, but we are respecting. What happened to Baldur? It is his ship that supposedly wrecked here. Baldur, the explorer who shipped and collected, who would rather scuttle than free. The elders did not see his fate. None wished or cared. He can live among the beasts for all that we care. We are better than they and he. What happened on the ship that caused the wreck? None are alive to tell. Ages have gone and the dead lay asleep. Tales of no real truth, only symbols. We were bound, then we freed. Others fought, but we lived to grow. Beyond that is future, and none know that. You have a rich history, even for such a short one. I've enjoyed hearing it. And I the telling. Perhaps I have one last task I should ask of you. Are you willing? I, milady, willing as always. What is it you wish? A small thing, smaller than the last. I have need of a few simple flowers from just beyond the wall. They grow in only a few places, and I find them strangely alluring as with a few other things. Would you bring me one or two? I have a special purpose for them. A return as soon as possible. Please do. I will be here. That was for Delaney. More about the mysterious island. Have you brought back those flowers I asked for, Joe? I eagerly await them. I have them here as you requested. I thank you. Beautiful, are they not? They smell so strongly of I know not what. These will do nicely for what I had in mind. They are for you. They grow in only a few places, as does friendship and more. Take them from me, and this kiss as well. And I think well of you. I'm flattered beyond measure, milady. I do not know what to say. Say nothing and go on your way soon. I must remain here regardless of how I feel. You're an outsider, you do not belong, and you would not wish to. I know this, you must know this too. I know only that we should remain friends regardless of what comes. I've grown fond of you, Delaney, and I will not forget you anytime soon. You are with words a charmer indeed, perhaps one other time, nor another time, and things would be the same. Go with my thoughts, and please be well. And for both of these quests, did I get... Both of these quests I just got lore and no experience. Interesting. It was more to point me to Dredil. Merrili's child still somewhere? Okay, we have only that one quest remaining, Merrili's child.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, that's Dredil's cabin. I think this is the harbor that contains Baldur's ship, but we'll see. Let's search the east of the island first. Let's search the middle of the island, over here. Okay, this doesn't look like a bay that could hold a ship. Good to know. I thought this would be one big bay like this, but no, it's smaller. That can't hold a ship. So let's go
Good on you if
to
you
the
saved
east
day.
of Dredil's place. We've accomplished quite a lot in this episode. Okay. He lives directly south of Baldur's ship. Well, that's a very close proximity. And that's where we go into Baldur's ship. Okay. But we have something else to do. We have to explore the rest of the island. Those are black bears. Bears. Bears, of course. Gorion, why are you using that again? I'm afraid of aggroing the bear. I'm sorry for every time I say beer instead of bear, but to be frank, your language is ridiculous. Having EA sometimes spelled pronounced E and sometimes A, which is very weird. Like
we all deserve a
beer
pat on
and
the
bear. Okay, I can get that difference, but why is the sense of hearing, why is it here and not hair? Because hair is like the bunny, but it's written the same. We have a similar thing in German, with the CH being pronounced differently depending on what character follows, but that almost always comes from the word being an English or a French word in origin. It might be with you too.
I could really use Tensor's floating bandage over here.
Save here and rest. Save again and move on and see and learn more of this island. Yeah, this has nothing. Okay. And these connect. Take it with magic. I don't fear sirens anymore. Okay. This one is now invisible. Let's see where it turns up. There. Who was unaffected by Dire Charm? Corin. Thank you, Corin. The biting arrows that go to her inventory. And these are pearls. Do I still have all those flowers? Oh, do they help against lycanthropy? So maybe... We read that in his journal. Maybe that's why we found exactly 6. Huh? Am I onto something there? Found exactly 6. So that's just because... That's just because they protect against lycanthropy. Give me like a defense bonus, a hidden one perhaps? Would be nice, or may help me in kind of a story magic spell check. Might be that Baldur, the big bad black wolf, whose name was Korlak or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's Baldur. And I assume that he might turn me into lycanthropes if I don't have that stuff equipped. Or have something, maybe he tries to do something like that. So I'm glad that we found them. Exactly 6 of them, so I'm pretty sure that's how this works. So, have a nice day. We see you tomorrow when we go into Baldur's ship. So, have a nice day.